Hey folks, I've got a story for you today. Read this today, I was a bit surprised. And then I've got a story of my own, and then also a couple of thoughts on this fella. The fella in question, Ian Gillan, lead singer with Deep Purple. Some of you may know him, many of you may not. Reading in the paper today, I'll just read it to you, it's only a couple of columns here. It was entitled Not My Purple Patch. It means the times that he wasn't doing so well. Deep Purple legend Ian Gillan says he was so skint in the early days of the band, he actually stole dog biscuits to survive. The 78-year-old singer, who joined the Rockers, best known for Smoke on the Water and Black Knight, in 1969 said he had no cash at all. He said, "It was not unknown for me to steal a handful of dog biscuits to get through the day." He said he often felt woof when he'd finished, but he got through the day all the same. I put that in, he never said that. Gillan also said that he and bass player Roger Glover just had one set of clothes between them. He said we couldn't go out at the same time. Roger didn't even own a pair of shoes. Now I'm not sure I believe all of that. I mean, times may have been hard, but were they that hard really? That's possible I suppose, but if they couldn't go out together, how did they rehearse? Did Roger turn up in his underpants and shoeless, sockless, feet out, and Ian turned up dressed? Did they take turns? How did that work out? Anyway, I can only read you what I've seen, can't I, folks? That's what I've done. Yeah, I've got a story for you about Ian Gillan. I've said it before now, but none of you will have seen it because it's only a small channel. Only a few will have seen it. I actually met him in the early days, very early days. Well, early days for me of rock music. I actually bought him a pint. Oh, I did. Well, I bought him a pint. I think he bought me one back, but I'm not sure. But I bought him a pint anyway. And I'll tell you what it was. This is a blast from the past. It was a Mackerson. A Mackerson. Say it was a pint. I think it was a can. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it was. But I bought him a Mackerson. I think he got me one back. I'm pretty sure he did. Anyway, it was in the very early days after he'd finished with Deep Purple and went on with his own solo project, Gillan. He was a nice fellow, really got on with him. He was a hero of mine at the time. I had my photo took with him. It's one of the few photos I've ever had taken and one of the few that I like. But yeah, I thought so at the same time. I used to love Gillan. I used to love his own band. But I was always disappointed with the way he treated the band, especially Bernie Tormey. I don't think he paid them and paid them well. And I think he always let them down and they always sort of held a grudge towards him. And I'd say rightly so, but that said, when you read that and I'd never heard that before, sort of probably 8-10 years earlier than when he was in his own band with Bernie Tormey and John McCoy and what have you, he's had nothing himself, he's been absolutely on the breadline, and maybe, just maybe when you've been on the breadline, maybe every bit of money you can get together you want to keep your hands on and don't want to give it away. And to that end, maybe, just maybe, it made him pretty tight towards his new band members. Shame on them, but maybe I understand it a bit more now. Not that I agree with it, but maybe I understand it. But yeah, dog biscuits and no shoes. So, being a band's not all it's cracked up to be, is it? That's the Ian Gillan story. The story that I did not know. Thought I'd share it.